instead of having a button that a user needs to click and go in to select the wallet, we can just bypass the whole button part, remove that, and just have the section or modal where a user needs to select the connect option that they want to use in order to connect to your Web3 application. Now, this demo here that you see might be similar to like a login screen that you're familiar with other types of applications you used. So normally when you log into like an application online or something, there will be a landing page, the page that you'll normally go to where it shows you all the information and everything about the application you're going to use. But when you actually log in to use the application, it'll point you over to a different domain here where in order to access the application, you have to log in. And then you'll be brought up to, say, a login screen like this. So a very familiar user experience that we're all used to. And the only way to access the application, which is behind this, is to sign in with a wallet. So again, we can just select the MetaMask here. And then once it signs in, you can see, hey, we are connected to our Web3 application. Maybe we have a profile button and everything here that we can click on. We can look at our settings of our connect button. You can see here, we'll go over this as well within this video. But then again, we can log out from our app. It brings us back to our login screen. Compare that to the connect wallet button. So this page here would have content and everything on it, and then the user needs to click MetaMask and connect their wallet, and then maybe we can toggle some of the things that they can see. But with the Connect Embed, again, we can make this whole login page. So we did a video earlier on as well on how to create your very own Web3 login page. thirdweb does provide you with all the low-end code to kind of customize and build your own login flow if you wanted to customly build your own. But with Connect Embed, all you need to do now is add the Connect Embed UI component, and you get that same functionality and features and everything much quicker and with fewer lines of code. So I'm just gonna log out here, and then we again take a look at our login page here, and we can build something like this. You can put information, everything on the left, or you can design this page how you want. And really, this is what the Connect Embed UI component is. It's a nicer user experience that we're all familiar with when it comes to using applications online. Hey everyone, Sean Watasa here, back with another video, and in today's video, we're going to be going over our very new Connect Embed UI component. An overview of what we're going to be covering. We'll jump into our code editor and we'll go over how to implement both the Connect Wallet button and the Connect Embed and the differences between the two as well. So I'm going to open my terminal here. We're going to create a new project. So I'm just going to run npx thirdweb create app. We're going to name this project. I'm just going to name this Connect Embed. And then we're going to use Next and TypeScript for this. And once that is done, we'll just change into our Connect Embed project here and open it up in our code editor. And before we get started with everything, we're just going to set up our thirdweb application here. So in the pages folder, head on over to the underscore app.tsx file, and we're going to have to set up our thirdweb provider here. First thing first is we need to set up the client ID. So coming to our file directory, we're going to go to the .env.example file, and you'll see that we have our client ID variable here. So we just need to get our client ID or our thirdweb API key. So if we come on over to thirdweb site, we'll just log in here. We'll come on over to the settings tab, and under API keys here, you can see we have our API keys. You can create a new API key if you don't already have one. We'll drop a link down in the description below for a tutorial video along with the documentations if you want to learn more about API keys. But I have one right here that I'm going to use. Come back to my .env file. We're going to paste that in under the client ID here. I'm going to rename this file here to just .env. We're going to get rid of the .example. And that does it for this file here. So coming back to the underscore app.tsx file, next thing we need to do is set the active chain. Now, by default, it's set to Ethereum, but you can set this active chain to any network or chain that you are going to be building your application for. Now, we don't necessarily need to change this right now because we're just going to be playing around with the Connect Embed and Connect Wallet UI components. But again, you can just come here and you can switch things to like Mumbai or Polygon or Avalanche or whatever chain that you have deployed your smart contracts to and that you need your application to work with. You can put that in right over here. And we also support additional chains. You just have to install the thirdweb-dev/chains. And you can look up the information for your network or blockchain on our chains list. We'll link that down in the description as well. But if you come to our chains list here, you can see you can search all your different networks here. So we can say here, like if there's Flare mainnet, what it will show us is all the information here. Our RPC, we have explorers here, and it also shows you how to actually implement this here into the SDK. You can take a look at that information for whichever blockchain or network you're deploying your app to. So now that we have our client ID and active chain set for the thirdweb provider, our application is set. Now I'm going to come over here to our index.tsx file in the pages folder. And here you can see there's some boilerplate code that is provided when you create a project with thirdweb. I'm going to delete everything within this div that has the container styles. So I'm just going to select all this. And we are going to delete that. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to add a Connect Wallet button here. So this is the regular Connect Wallet UI component. And we're just going to take a look at our application here. So let me just run yarn dev here to open this up. We'll run this on our local host. And right over here, you can see we have a Connect Wallet button. So again, normally with this UI component here, you could put it like in a nav bar or something. Someone can come up, hit Connect Wallet. They can then connect their wallet to your application. Then they can start using, certain components and things within your app. But with the Connect Embed, we'll be able to create kind of a login page or a wall that kind of blocks our whole application from being used until someone signs in or connects a wallet. Versus the Connect Wallet button here, again, you'll be able to view the application and everything, or it's an extra step that a user needs to take when they need to hit the Connect Wallet button and then select one of these options here. So before we implement the Connect Embed, we're going to take a look at some of the documentations here around the Connect Embed UI component. Now, coming over to thirdweb's docs here, and we'll link the documentations down in the description below as well. Under the wallet section and under Connect here, we have Connect Wallet, but we also have Connect Embed. And you can see here, Connect Embed, we have it for both React and React Native. So you could do the same thing here for mobile devices as well. But you can see here that Connect Embed gives you an open modal for the Connect functionality for your Web3 application. So over here, we're just going to select React. And you can see here, this Connect Embed is useful for implementing things like sign-in pages. We can also set up settings for things like auth, so we can check things like token balances and everything, or we can create our own auth flow with the Connect Embed, same as you could with Connect Wallet. Now, we're not going to go through auth in this video, but we will have a future video where we do cover how you can utilize auth with the Connect Wallet and Connect Embed and kind of token gate in a way your application that you might require maybe certain tokens or certain NFTs to be held in order to use certain functionalities of your app. So you can see here, first thing we need to do is configure our supported wallets in thirdweb provider. Now, by default, if we come back to our demo application here and I just hit the Connect Wallet button, by default, we're given these wallets here. So we have MetaMask, Coinbase, Wallet Connect, Trust, Rainbow, Zerion, and Phantom. Now, you can customize what wallets are appeared here. So we can choose, hey, maybe we only want MetaMask wallets, or maybe we only want MetaMask, Coinbase, and Wallet Connect wallets. Or you can even say, hey, we only want to allow embedded wallets, which is our social login and email wallets. So in order to do that, if we come back over to our code editor here, and we come back to the _app.tsx file, in the thirdweb provider here, we can add a supported wallets. And then for this, we need to provide it with an array of the wallets that we want to support. So let's say we want to support embedded wallet, which is our social login and email wallets. So someone can sign in with their social logins like Google or Facebook, and a wallet is generated for them that they can use in order to use our application. This takes away all the technical nuances of a user having to generate or create their own wallet, and all they need to do is provide us with a social login or email. So let's say we only wanted to support embedded wallet. So if we come back to our app here and hit Connect Wallet, you can see I'm only given the option to select our social login or provide my email here in order to log into this app. Now we can add in some other features too. So again, we can come back here and I can say, hey, maybe I want to allow MetaMask as well. We can save, come back to our app here, Connect Wallet, and you can see that we have both email and MetaMask set up. And we'll go through some of the configurations on how we can change the appearance of this as well. But we're just going over how to choose what wallets you're going to be supporting within your app. So let's say for this, for the best user experience, we just want to allow embedded wallets. We're going to generate wallets for our users. So coming back here, we only have this login screen here. So again, coming back to the docs, we configured our supported wallets in the thirdweb provider. And next thing we need to do is configure our Connect Embed. So the only thing we need to do here is give our Connect Embed UI component right over here. So coming back to our code editor in my index.tsx file, I'm going to change this Connect Wallet here to Connect Embed. Take away that. We'll also delete this image here. So now if I save that, come back to my app, you see I have this modal right over here that shows my social logins. So social logins, email, I can continue. So again, we're bypassing that step where a user needs to click Connect Wallet or connect or login, and we're prompting them right here to just select the social login or email that they need to use in order to log into our application. Now, what happens if we just log in here? So let me just select Google here. And you can see once I log in though, I am not shown anything here. I don't have my little button here that shows me what wallet and everything I'm connected to. It just signs me in to the application. So we come back to the docs. You can see here we can use a hook called use show connect embed. It checks if the connect embed is rendering a UI or not, and it can render something else. So this is where we can render our application once someone is connected in or logged into our app. So you can see here all we need to do is use the use show connect embed here. So we'll come back to our app. We'll come right up here. We'll connect. We'll create a variable. We'll call it show connect embed, and it's going to use the use show connect embed hook here. So we save that. Now we can use our show connect embed here to decide whether our app is showing our connect embed or our application. Similar to how we use the use address hook. If you've ever watched any of our other tutorial videos before, we can use this again to see if there is a wallet or someone signed into our application. So we can use the show connect embed here. And if we know we do need to show the Connect Embed, we're going to display our Connect Embed UI component here. But if we are logged in, what we can do is say, hey, we're going to display, we'll just say some text here saying we're connected. So we come back to our app here. You can see we now display this connected here. And this is where we can start building our application. Whatever our Web3 app is, we can start building it out, and we can just plug it into right over here using the show connect embed. So again, show connect embed, it will show our connect embed UI component if there is no wallet connected to our application. And once there is a wallet connected, we'll show our application here, which we can build out. And that's really the basics of the Connect Embed. Now let's go over some of the visual stylizing and everything that we can do to make our Connect Embed look a little nicer. And let's create a really basic login page that we can use for our Web3 application. So for our login page here, actually what I'm going to do first is in this connected state, I'm going to add a Connect Wallet UI component, and I'll show you why in a bit. So if I come back to my app here, if I have a Connect Wallet UI component in my logged in state of my application, it'll show us our Connect Wallet button, but already in a connected state. So this is still a way a user can come in and sign out. So with the Connect Wallet button, again, we'll be able to configure some things, and we'll go over that in a bit in this video as well. But what we're going to do is create a login page similar to like this, right? Some maybe graphic or imagery on the left-hand side, and we just have the login information here on the right. So in this top section here, I'm just going to delete the Connect Embed for a bit. We're going to create a div here. I'm just going to give the div some styling here. And so it has a flex with a direction row with 100. I'm going to add another div within that. This is going to be the left-hand side, and we're just going to give it right over here. We're going to give it a width of 50, height of 100% of the view height, and we're just going to give it a background color of like royal blue. But this will be the left-hand side where you can add your imagery or whatever graphics or components you want to render out on the left. Now on the right hand side, this is where we're going to create our login or our Connect Embed. So we're going to create another div here. And I'm just going to give this div here some styling. Again, width 50%, height 100% of the view height, background color. We're going to make this here black. And we're going to display flex, column, justify items, and align items in the center. Because what we're going to do here is we're going to give it a title, and we're going to say login to start. So we'll save that. We'll come back to our app here. And you can see here, let's get rid of this. Get rid of this main tag here. And we'll leave the container. Let's see if, let's come back and let's just get rid of this styling here. There we go. So got rid of the main and div styling that was wrapping our application. Just put a div to wrap everything in it. But you can see here, our left-hand side, we have our section that we can, again, create our imagery, our graphics, whatever we want for our login page. And on the right-hand side here, we're going to have our login or our Connect Embed. And I just added some text here to saying login to start. And then if we come back here, we can just plug in our Connect Embed right under that. So coming back here, you can see now we have our Connect Embed modal right over here. Now it looks kind of weird. It looks like our Connect Embed was just kind of, again, plugged in, which is totally okay. It's that quick and easy to do with just adding the Connect Embed UI component. But what we're going to do is use some styling and create our own custom theme here to change the look and feel of our Connect modal right over, our Connect Embed modal right here. So I'm going to come back over to our thirdweb dashboard here, and in the top tabs here, we can actually come over to the wallets tab. And the wallets tab, we do have a Connect Wallet playground here where you can play around with the different components and settings of our Connect Wallet button along with our Connect Embed. And you can start changing things like the wallets you want to support, if you want to support email sign-in, continue as guest, smart wallet, all these different things here, even the appearance here. So we can change things like maybe we want the smaller modal, maybe we want to change the titles and everything. And we can also change the theming, which is going to allow us to change the color and everything of our Connect UI components. So things like accent, I can change this and I can change it maybe to orange. I can change the background color to maybe white. So we can play around with these different components here. So let's say we want to make it black because our background for our login page is black. So let's change that to black. Maybe accent color here. Maybe we want like a teal color, something like this. And we can change the border color. We're actually not going to change the border color here. We're actually going to get rid of the border color completely. Separator line, you can make it maybe white. And of course, you can go ahead and configure all of these things. So you can go through and you can say maybe secondary, we want it to be that teal color as well. Maybe a darker, maybe a little bit of a faded teal color. And again, configure it everything you want to do. Now the cool part is you can come down here and in this code section, it's going to give you this theme here with the different colors and all the color adjustments and changes that you've made in this playground. So you can visually use this as like a visual editor to visually edit the component how you want it to look, and then you can just take this code snippet here and add it into your code. So that's what we're going to do here. We're going to first configure the dark theme here. So I'm going to come back to my code editor. So over here, I'm going to come up to the top back in my code editor. I'm going to create a variable called custom theme. And this is going to be use our dark theme here. We're just going to customize our dark theme and override it. So if we come back here, again, we can override our dark theme here. We're just going to add our colors here. So I'm just going to select this, copy it, come back here, and I'm going to paste that in. And you can see those are going to be our adjustments. So I'll then take our custom theme and coming down to our Connect Embed, I can just set the theme here to our custom theme. And then coming back to our application, you can see now we have that teal color that was added that we created in our wallet playground. Now, you can see again, we still have this border around it, which kind of makes it look like a separate component is added in. So we can easily just get rid of that. We can still add our own styling, our own CSS styling to the Connect Embed component. So in here, we can just set the border to none. And if we save that and come back, you can see it removes the border. And now we have this nice little login page here with the same theming and coloring that we created in our Connect Wallet playground. So here we can now, let's say connect. Let's say we want to connect with Google. Select my email. Once we're signed in, you can see we now display our Connect Wallet button, which if I come back over here is the component that we have here that we will render once we are connected. So now we can connect or build out our application page or something. So we'll build out something really quick and simple here. We'll come back to we'll open our file directory here, and we'll open or create a new folder here. We'll just call this components. And in here, I'm just going to create a file called connected.tsx. And this is where we're going to create our application of what everything is going to look like when we are connected. So we can just create a connected page. And then for this connected page, maybe we'll just create something very simple here, like a nav bar. So we'll just add a div in here, give it some styling. We'll display flex, give it a direction of row, width is 100%. We'll justify content with space between, align item center, give it some padding. And we'll give it maybe a H3 header here of my web3 app. And then maybe on the right hand side, we're going to just, again, use our Connect Wallet UI component. So we have the button that we can still go through the settings of our wallets and log out if we need to, or change networks and things like that. So with that, just come back into index here. We'll get rid of this Connect Wallet, and we'll go and add our connected page here. We'll save that, and we come back. You can see here we now have a navigation bar here with our title of our app, and we have the Connect Wallet button here that shows our information of our wallet. And if I wanted to, we could just hit log out. That will bring us back into our login page. Now we could also do something else. So I'm going to log back in here, and maybe we want to show the option. Maybe we absolutely don't want to show any web3 UI or UX to our user, right? All this stuff here, like sending and receiving crypto, changing network, transaction history, maybe we just absolutely don't want to provide this here. So what we can do, instead of showing this Connect Wallet button, maybe we show just a logout button. So you can do that real easy too. If we come back, we're going to go to our connected here. We're going to create a variable here called disconnect. And we can use the use disconnect from thirdweb. And instead of a Connect Wallet button down here, we can just maybe, I'll just comment that out. We can just create a button here. Maybe this button says log out. And on this button here, we can set the on click to disconnect. And if we come back to our application here, instead of having that Connect Wallet button or that UI component that displays, again, the Web3 functionality still, we just have a login button, and we can hit log out, and that will disconnect us, logging out the user from our application. So now we have this user experience, again, where a user lands on our application. They are blocked from using our application here until they sign in with a social login or email. Again, no Web3 interactions or anything that they need to know on generating or creating or connecting their own wallet. They'll just select a sign in here. So I'm going to sign in with Google. Once they're signed in, they now have access to our application. Whatever it is, they can start using our app and whatnot. And we now have this logout button. Again, there is still no Web3 user interface here where someone's like, oh, I have a wallet connected. They just think that they are signed in, although they do have a wallet behind the scenes that they can still use to interact with the blockchain. And once they're done using our app, they can hit log out, and they can log out of their application. So that's one example. Again, if you wanted to completely remove the Web3 complexities out of your application. One, when we set up the Connect Embed here, remember in the third web provider, we set up the supported wallets. We only add embedded wallets, which allows a user to sign in with social login or email. You can add in other things like MetaMask and those other types of wallets as well, which we'll do in a bit, just so we can kind of maybe see another option where you can still allow, full Web3 user experiences to your app. But in this example right now, again, we took all of that away. A user just needs to sign in with social login or email. Once they're logged in, they see their application and there's a simple logout button where they can log out. Now, if we wanted to add still some Web3 user experience to our application, let's come back to our app here. Let's first come back to _app.tsx. I'm just going to add a couple wallets here. I'm going to add MetaMask and I'm going to add Coinbase and save that. So if I come back to my app here, you can now see with Connect Embed, if you ever have embedded wallet as one of your supported wallets, it's going to default and show the primary login as the embedded wallet login with social logins and email. But it'll have this option here where you can choose to connect a wallet, and then a user can choose one of the Web3 connect options that you provide in the supported wallets in your third web provider. So let's say we want to connect a MetaMask. There you go. We're now connected to our application. But let's change this log out button here. So maybe now we want to provide the user with a little bit more Web3 functionality. So coming back to our connected.tsx, we can just comment out the button here. Uncomment our connect wallet. Save that. And again, we now have the ability to view our Web3 functionality, send and receive crypto, switch accounts, switch networks, all of that stuff. But if we want to render our own component here, say maybe we didn't want to have this third web option here, we can render out our own component. So if we come back to our code editor here and under our connected.tsx, let's say for our connect wallet here, we want to render out our own button. So what we can do is add a details button here, and what we'll be able to do is render out our own component here. And let's just say what I'm going to do is just grab a random avatar image here. So I'm just going to create a div with an image. We're just grabbing a random avatar with 30 pixels, and we're giving it a border radius and giving it a cursor of pointer. So what this will do is whatever we render here, or whatever component we render in this button's detail, will show instead of the connect wallet button that by default is created by thirdweb. So coming here, you can see we have this random profile avatar here. And if we click on that, it still gives us the drop-down modal where we can do all the functionalities, same as the connect wallet button. But on the outside, we now have this visual of like a profile button or profile avatar here that we can use. So again, with Connect Embed, we can create this nice user experience login page. Once they're logged in, we can still use the Connect Wallet component to give the functionality and features if we still need those with the Connect. Things like, again, being able to send and receive crypto, change network, or we can totally remove that and just use the use disconnect and create our own button or our own logout button to allow a user to log out of our app. So you can see here now with the combination of Connect Embed and Connect Wallet, you can create a user experience that users are very familiar with using Web 2 applications, and you can seamlessly onboard and transition people into using your Web 3 app. So there you have it. That was, again, just a quick overview of our brand new Connect Embed component. We went over what the Connect Embed component is, how it's different and how it's similar to the Connect Wallet button, and how you can still use both of them together within your Web3 application to still provide an amazing user experience. You can do it where, again, we abstract away all of the Web3 user experience using things like embedded wallet, and we can create a logout button using just use disconnect, or we can still provide that Web3 functionality. We can still allow users to connect with their MetaMask wallet, Coinbase wallet, etc. And when they're in our application, we can still utilize the Connect Wallet UI component to still give the access to Web3 functionalities to our users. So again, I hope you folks enjoyed this video. You found some value in it. If you did, give this video a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and don't forget to turn on the notification bell so you don't miss out on tutorial videos just like this. If you need any help or support, we'll drop a link down in the description below where you can open a support ticket, and our support team will be happy to help you out and answer any of your questions. But again, I hope you folks enjoyed this video. Can't wait to see what Web3 applications you build using the Connect Embed UI component. And until next time, see ya.